Oh, I'm so uncomfortable right now, dude.
Oh! What was that?
The van! The van!
Oh. Oh, freak.
Holy man! Holy.
Some encounters are disturbing because there's no clear explanation for them. In this video, a camper hears screams circling his cabin in the darkness, while another hiker comes face to face with a strange figure screaming beside a tree. Were these just tricks of the night, or something far more unsettling? Exploring with Brad documents paranormal-style investigations and unusual outdoor encounters throughout Ontario, Canada. On May 14th, 2026, he uploaded a video from Hatman Forest, where he returned alone to camp near a cabin after previously receiving hostile responses there.
I'm out here exploring the Hatman Forest again to see if anything weird happens. It's a beautiful sunny day, so let's go check it out. I've always heard weird sounds up here, so I kind of want to go up there and check it out. This is kind of the Hatman area, and it's funny. It's almost like a Slender Man type figure and phenomena, because if you ever capture it on film, it's like high and by. It's there and then it's not there. You know what I mean?
While sitting beside the campfire, his camera continues recording when a sound comes from the tree line. It seems to be a voice calling for help. Brad freezes, stops speaking, and stares into the darkness.
Just gonna adjust the camera, make sure that everything is good. See if everything's good. I don't know if you guys heard that. I just heard, it sounded like somebody said, "Help me" over there. What the fuck was that? That really freaked me out. Kind of just happened out of the middle of nowhere.
Trying to figure out where it came from. Later, with the cabin surrounded by complete darkness, he switches on a green night vision light and starts scanning the area. Then he hears movement somewhere nearby.
So there's the cabin there. That's where we're staying. Oh man, oh man, what the freak was that? Oh man, that's terrifying. Hello, is anybody out there?
More noises follow from different directions, creating the impression that something is moving around him while staying just beyond the light.
Somebody's out there around. Oh man, what the freak is going on here? It's as if there's two of them out there and they're just like circling me. Oh my god. This is getting freaking dangerous, man. Freaking dangerous.
As the fire begins to burn down, Brad stands alone beside it. Suddenly, a woman's scream echoes through the darkness. He immediately goes still, visibly shaken.
Stomp out that fire.
Holy man! Holy.
Oh, freak! Oh man, what was that? Oh boy. Oh man. Holy smokes, what was that?
Moments later, he looks up and notices something moving through the smoke directly toward him. He quickly backs away, struggling to keep himself composed. Perhaps the most unsettling part is that nothing is ever clearly visible, yet the sounds and movements seem to keep getting closer. Was something really circling the cabin that night?
Oh, freak sakes. Oh man. Oh man, I'm shaking right now. There's something out here. There's literally something out here, dude.
Chris Baird is known for recording haunted camping trips and ghost investigations in places most people prefer to avoid. On October 18th, 2025, he uploaded a video from a forest in New York State known locally as Demon Forest. That night, Chris and his friend Jazz drove their camper van deep into the area, a location tied to stories of occult activity, unexplained disappearances, and murders stretching back more than a century. They had researched the site before arriving, but once they were there, that information did not make them feel any more secure.
We're in a new area of a forest called the Demon Forest. Demonic, satanic rituals, people going missing, serial killers. There's a lot of crazy stories. There are many, many deaths reported in this forest. We've been here for about 6 hours now. We're actually getting ready to go to bed. We had to pick a new campsite because of what we just experienced in this forest. This is terrifying. I do not recommend watching this video with the lights off. It might scare you too much.
At first, they had only just stepped away from the van. Nothing significant had happened yet. The spirit box was running quietly when it suddenly produced a name instead of a random word.
It's been a hot minute. We were gone for so long on the trip in Indiana and Ohio. What?
Deception.
Deception.
Okay.
Okay.
What was that though? Hello?
No. Hello?
Anybody out there?
The unsettling part was that the name matched a real missing person case connected to those same woods in the 1980s, involving a man who vanished and was never located. Before Chris has much time to react, they hear footsteps directly beside them in the darkness.
We've been hearing some weird stuff.
Brian.
What the that was like a footstep, like,
Bro,
I just told you too, I was like, I love filming when it's fall time because you can hear, like if something approaches us.
the name Brian is the name from a story I found. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Okay, so just give me a rundown. Like, what happened to Brian?
Their uncle Brian went missing in the 1980s.
Oh.
One missing was never found. I believe they were involved in some like gang type
Is it okay if
motorcycle.
we-
Like,
if it's a
but
touchy subject?
where we are, it's a big area. We're
Right.
not probably not even near where this all happened.
It's a common name.
No, it's a common name,
Okay,
but it's
okay.
just very weird that the timing of that.
I thought I just saw something over here.
What?
I didn't want to die here.
Shut the f up.
Mm.
Shut the f up.
Okay,
this is getting weird. This is so weird, dude. Guys, when you
The sound is close enough that Jazz immediately turns around. Not long afterward, while they're heading back toward the camper van, a loud bang comes from the direction of the vehicle. Both of them freeze, but they cannot see anyone outside.
All right, we're gonna.
Hello? Bro, did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that. You see me, you hear me. This is crazy.
Find my grave.
Find my grave.
Brian.
Where is your grave?
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable right now, dude.
Oh! Chris! What was that?
The van! The van!
No, get the f out of here. Who's out here?
When they reach the van, the doors open. They quickly climb inside and lock it. Then the spirit box produces 3 words that disturb both of them even more. Moments later, Chris notices his bag. It had been zipped closed before they left, but now it is open.
Take your phone, take your phone.
Was the wind?
Yeah, okay.
It's not even closed all the way.
You will hear children.
Your children? Bro, look at my bag. Look at my bag.
What's wrong with it?
It was zipped up and closed when we left. You can check the footage. There's no f***ing shot, dude.
You told me to grab your flashlight from here. Your
Did you
flashlight
like
was
that?
up front. I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, you can check the footage back. At least it didn't take your muffin.
I need that.
No, but seriously, what the f is going on?
I don't know. Are your stuff still here? Lock the door. Close the door.
The flashlight that had been packed inside is sitting near the front. The van had been locked when they entered the forest, and nobody else was supposed to be there. Hours later, they are finally trying to sleep. The forest surrounding the van has gone quiet. Then, without warning, the entire vehicle shakes violently, as if something has struck it from outside. Both of them sit up immediately.
Chris,
What?
what the f is that? The whole van is shaking.
Hello?
What the f? Literally, the whole van was shaking.
I felt it a little bit. Sorry, I was so fucking tired. Somebody outside? I don't see anything out there.
Oh.
Who's that?
It was on the window. In the
I
front.
just heard a whistle. Hello? Just gotta look. I can see at the front. I don't see anything out there. You wanna come look?
Yeah.
Seconds later, the flashlight switches off by itself with nobody near it. The strangest part is not any single event, but how each moment builds on the one before it. A named footsteps in open van, a moved object, and then the shaking. If you were inside that van, would you still believe it was only the forest? This video was uploaded on May 1st, 2022 by a climbing documentation channel called ITCOG. This particular footage follows climbers making their way toward the summit of Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth, through some of the harshest conditions found anywhere on the planet. The video follows a group of climbers from different countries as they push toward the upper slopes of Everest. The route demands everything they have: extreme cold, unstable terrain, and altitude levels where the human body struggles to operate. Simple actions that require little effort at lower elevations become slow and exhausting this high up. Some members of the group manage to reach advanced camps or even the summit under favorable conditions. Others were unable to complete the climb. At one point, a climber moving carefully along a narrow ridge noticed something just below the trail. Lying motionless in the snow was a figure still partially covered. At that elevation, the combination of severe cold and dangerously low oxygen means that even a small mistake can become fatal very quickly. He had not survived. The footage does not linger on the scene, but the image is difficult to forget. Everest attracts climbers from around the world for its scale of the challenge and views that exist nowhere else. But behind that appeal is a place that exists entirely outside normal human comfort. More than 200 bodies remain on Everest. Most will never be recovered. Every person left on that mountain was once someone who made it farther than most people ever will. The line between reaching the summit and never returning can be incredibly thin at that altitude. What do you think it actually takes to decide to attempt a climb like this, knowing what you know? This video was uploaded on November 13th, 2025 by a solo camping channel called UK Carrie Outdoors. The channel follows Carrie as she camps in different forests and outdoor locations, sometimes from a car and sometimes in a tent. In this particular video, she returned to a woodland spot she had visited before, but this time the experience felt noticeably different. Returning to a familiar location gave her a sense of comfort and made setting up easy. She knew the route and knew where to pitch her tent, and had no reason to expect the night to feel any different from previous visits.
I've camped here before quite a few times. If I'm going out and it's like late in the day and the light's against me, if I'm heading somewhere familiar, I'm definitely going to find somewhere for the tent. I know exactly the route in, exactly where I'm heading. Tonight is just all about having such a chilled,
She got the tent set up and settled in, but darkness arrived faster than expected. She had just positioned the camera to record some footage when a sound echoed from somewhere in the forest.
Well, it is now 7:20, so it's less than an hour. I don't know if my camera picked that up, but I don't know what that was, but that was scary. I think it's a deer or something in the woods. That was quite scary. It's really dark already, so less than an hour from when I arrived, and I've already lost daylight, so it's pretty dark. I'm out in the Banshee tonight. I haven't used this since I got it, so I'm really excited to sleep in this because I love this tent. So yeah, looking forward to spending my first night.
She told herself it was probably a deer moving through the trees and tried to carry on, but the sounds continued, each one drawing her attention back toward the tree line.
When I tell you there's some really strange noises going on in the woods tonight, and even though the rational part of your brain is saying, oh, it's the deer, it really does set your anxiety off. It's so dark. Obviously I'm relying on the head torch, but I've heard some really, really crazy noises which I've tried to pick up on camera for you guys. I'm logical about it. And there's another thing, being in the middle of the woods in the dark and hearing it. It's a totally different experience, I'm not gonna lie. Can you hear that? I mean, what is it so angry about? What are you chatting about, dude? It's crazy because whether I was here or not, those noises would be going on. It's really, I know I've said this earlier on in my video, but it's really hard to hear stuff like that and think rationally. I know what it is. I know what it is. But at the same time, it sounds so creepy. It's gone quiet now. You see, it's really hard not to overthink everything when you're out. You hear little noises that normally you probably, but when you're just sat here, look how dark it is, I'm looking into pure darkness of a woods. And then you hear noises, you're like, what was that? What was that? Constantly.
The logical explanation she kept returning to did little to ease the feeling that was growing around her. She remained in the woods until morning and left unharmed. The experience never became dangerous, but it stayed with her. The forest had not changed between visits, but her experience of it had changed completely. That gap between knowing something is probably harmless and actually feeling safe is much wider than most people expect. Have you ever been somewhere familiar that suddenly felt completely different once the lights went out? This clip was posted by a TikTok user who records solo hiking trips through wooded areas at night. During this particular outing, the forest began quietly, but that did not last long. He was walking alone through the woods when screaming shattered the silence. Instead of moving away, he headed toward the sound. Near a tree, he found the source. A figure was crouched there, oddly shaped, strangely human in proportion, and still making the same disturbing screams. It did not resemble any animal he could identify. After the footage was posted, viewers were divided on what it might have been. Some argued it was a person in a costume placed in the woods to frighten hikers. Others were not convinced. The figure's appearance and behavior did not fit neatly with that explanation. He did not stay to investigate any further. The moment he understood what he was looking at, he ran. The figure never followed. He made it out unharmed, but if whatever was out there had chosen to move toward him, the encounter could have ended very differently. Nobody knows whether it was a prank an animal or something else entirely. What is harder to explain is why it simply stayed there and screamed. What do you think it actually was? Some days the only thing that helps is getting outside. Stress builds up and the solution is movement, speed, fresh air, and the kind of mental silence that only comes when your body is fully engaged. That was exactly what this cyclist was doing. The road stretched ahead of him. The scenery moved past in a blur. Then someone stepped out from the side of the road and swung something at him. It was a metal pipe, swung hard, swung deliberately. If the cyclist had been even slightly slower to react, the blow would have landed cleanly. He could have gone down and suffered serious injuries hitting the ground at that speed. He didn't, but not because he had time to think. He barely had time to react. What made the incident harder to understand was that nothing about it matched a familiar pattern. Nothing was stolen. There was no previous argument, no road rage, no history between them. This was a stranger who had never met the cyclist standing by the roadside and attacking him for no apparent reason. Random attacks on cyclists have been documented in multiple countries, and often follow a similar pattern, an isolated stretch of road, a lone rider, a strike intended to cause real harm. In many of those cases, even after the attacker was identified and questioned, no explanation emerged that made logical sense. Some acts of violence do not come with a reason that a rational person can understand. The cyclist kept his camera recording throughout the entire incident. That footage likely became important evidence afterward. Looking back at it, what stands out is not the violence itself, but how ordinary everything appeared beforehand. The road was normal. There was no signal, no warning, nothing unusual. One moment, he was riding. The next, someone was swinging a pipe at his head. For a brief moment, that alone was nearly enough to cost him his life. Someone who waits beside a road with a metal pipe and swings it at a passing stranger is not acting on impulse. That requires planning. What do you think that person was actually waiting for? On January 11th, 2020, a channel called Paranormal Findings uploaded a short video that quickly spread beyond its usual audience. The channel focuses on mysterious and paranormal topics, blending outdoor exploration with supernatural investigations and unusual encounters captured on camera. This particular video was short. What it showed was not. The creator and his cousin had built a base. They had carefully planned the setup, the entrance was fenced off for privacy, and the area had been organized with some attention to detail. He was filming a casual walkthrough, pointing out features and mentioning a nearby smell without much concern. Then he noticed something in the distance.
Hey guys, I just wanted to show you guys my cool base that I made a while ago with my cousin. See, we got the entrance all fenced off. Oh. Well, that stinks. We got some chairs. What was that? Is that a cow? What is that? Oh, frick!
His first thought was that it was a cow. It was far enough away that the shape was not immediately clear, but then it started moving, and the way it moved did not resemble anything familiar. Whatever it was came toward him on all fours. Its skin appeared ashen gray. Its arms seemed unusually long. The movement stayed low to the ground and looked wrong in a way that is difficult to describe, not the way an animal moves, not the way a person moves. The sound of leaves being crushed beneath it remained synchronized with every movement, making the footage more difficult to dismiss. He got away. But the walkthrough he had planned, the casual tour of a space he and his cousin had built, ended the moment that thing appeared. Footage like this is easy to question, but the synchronized audio and the consistency of the movement make it harder to dismiss than most. Whether it was an animal, a person, or something that fits neither category remains open to debate. What do you think was crawling toward him? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story. Share it with us and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.